Neal Schon.
Hey,
Morning.
how you doing?
Good
Joe
morning.
Elliott.
Good
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you realize, Shelley, that between these two guys, almost 250 million records sold?
Not a gazillion? Close to a gazillion.
Close to a gazillion.
Close to a gazillion.
Well, almost a quarter of a billion. It might even be a little above a quarter
That's
of a
crazy.
billion. I mean, that's just...
Did you get your checks, Joe?
Not yet. I'm still waiting.
That's just
Me too.
That's just insane.
It's the first time we heard about it.
That's just insane.
Yeah. In today's world,
Yeah. So
Yeah, it may never happen again. There's half a dozen artists out there that might sell 1 million one day.
So we heard Lights and we heard Pour Some Sugar on Me. To sell 50,000 today as people throw parties. But I mean, it's
astounding. I mean, that's a big number.
An incredible accomplishment. And of course, Journey in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
And Neal, the band leader. Through all these years, I wanted to compliment you about something from last year because your former bandmate Greg was up here during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame period, the induction.
Yeah.
And he was just so touched, so genuinely touched to be included, and you were very inclusive. Current members, former members. You didn't,
because that doesn't always happen.
The
right?
drama that happens that disappoints the fans so much did not happen with you guys.
Yeah, I felt like, you know what, this is really about the fans. It's about all the members that have been in the band that helped us get where we got and still, where we're at now. And there's been a lot of people that have come and gone. Mm-hmm. And I felt like they should have all been invited. And, it didn't quite happen, but I did push for Greg very hard.
Yeah, and that was, remember how touched he was?
Yeah.
He really was. And Joe.
I wasn't invited.
Your day will come when...
It should.
Joe,
That's what this tour is
Joe
about.
Elliott. Well,
We're
going to make some big news in a few minutes. So we got Journey's band leader. We got Def Leppard's lead singer. Now, at a previous visit when you were here, we were talking about the first records that we ever bought when we were kids. And you told me the first record you ever bought was Sugar, Sugar by the Archies. Mm-hmm. And you said that you loved it then and you love it now and that you still have the original 45.
I do, yeah.
Okay, well... I'd like you to say good morning to the guy who sang Sugar, Sugar.
No way.
Ron Dante. It's 5:10 in the morning in California where he is, but he's on the phone to say hello to you right now. Ron, Joe, Ron.
Wow, Ron, good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
How are you?
I am fine. I had to get up for you. I'm a big fan.
I know what you feel like.
I'm honored. That's amazing. Yeah, the first single I ever bought, first piece of vinyl ever purchased by my pocket money, 1969 was that single. I was 9 years old. I still have it. Yeah.
It's amazing, that record, how famous it was then. I heard we were like on charts, #1 in England for 6 weeks.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? It was so cool.
And you were cartoons. This is amazing. I didn't realize that
I was animated.
Amazing.
And you two have never met.
No, absolutely not.
So you're meeting now for the very first time.
Absolutely.
And if it wasn't for Ron, we wouldn't have Pour Some Sugar on Me. I mean, that's the deal, right?
I've always said I've always admitted the fact that there was that little line at the end, and I thought that'd be a great chorus one day.
Well, between the two of you,
just don't come after me for the royalties.
He's not. Between the two of you, you have the two biggest selling songs of all time with Sugar in the title.
Yeah, and then there's Brown Sugar by the Stones. I mean, we can probably pull a few more out.
Yeah, but you know something? Sugar, Sugar sold more than Brown Sugar. I did my research on it. It was the #1 song of 1969 all over the world.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was huge.
But anyway, Joe, when I told Ron the story, he totally freaked out because he loves Def Leppard.
Wow.
Def Leppard is in my DNA. I love your vocals. I love your sounds. I love the songs. And your shows are incredible.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Please come visit us when we play over on the West Coast.
All right, Ronnie, thank you for getting up so early.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate that.
I will be at the show.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Have a great morning.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow, what a surprise. Amazing.
Little surprise. I thought it'd be fun to speak to the
who
person.
we got for Neal? Come on, who we got for Neal?
You don't want to know.
What was the first record you ever bought?
Oh, God.
Do you remember?
I think the first record I bought, honestly, was Cream. and Are You Experienced?
Oh, by Hendrix.
Oh, you went straight for the credits.
I was really not into
Neil went straight to albums.
Radio.
He went straight to the
I wasn't
albums.
into like the poppy stuff at all. You know, when I first started listening, my dad was a jazz musician, so I was weaned about, listening to a lot of Basie and Ellington and Ellis Fitzgerald and, Bolasete, all kinds of jazz guys. And so I wasn't, the AM radio would come on and I kind of go.
The people who grew up in the jazz-centric families did have an entirely different experience from most of us. That is true.
Yeah,
because
it's an interesting angle because in the States, you guys had FM and AM. We didn't have FM. What we had was AM. In fact, we had one station.
Yeah, the BBC.
Yeah, we had the BBC 1, 2, 3, and 4. BBC 1, which didn't start till 67, played the pop hits of the day. 2 was Perry Como and
kind of stuff like that.
3 was politics and 4 was
talk and drama
classical
and poetry and fine arts.
All we got was the pop music. We would never have heard a Jimi Hendrix song
but
unless
now,
you could stay up till 11 o'clock at night.
Now the BBC is awesome, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually better than a lot of American radio.
I mean, it was awesome back then.
They play everything.
As long as you like 3-minute pop songs. So, I mean, I was totally weaned on things like The Who and the Kinks and all that when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and then it was like The Move.
And, the Move. I can hear the grass grow.
Yeah,
that was...
absolutely. And then the glam stuff kicked in with Bowie and Bolan and Sweets and Queen and all that kind of stuff. It was all the 3-minute stuff for us, which is why I love Sugar Sugar.
I love that song. Yeah.
I'm so happy that I was able to pull that off for you this morning.
Jazz? God, I didn't even know what jazz was until I was 21.
It's 8:21 here at Q1043, and we are very excited to have Joe Elliott and Neal Schon with us in the studio this morning. Now, Joe, it started this morning, early this morning, your full catalog, the whole thing, streaming and download platforms, all of your diamond, platinum, and multi-platinum iconic albums make their streaming and download debut today across all digital platforms.
Yes, they do.
And speaking of diamond, do you know, I think there are only 5 recording acts in history.
And 2 of them are in this room.
Yes, who have more than
I bet you anything we
one
have a
diamond
album
too.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's like
that we don't know about right now.
It's like 250 million sales between these two guys.
It's a good thing that it's only happening right now for you because all the laws are changing. You know that?
No.
Yeah, mostly all about the streaming and everything. I've been pretty much on top of it because we haven't been receiving any checks lately. And you have like one of the biggest downloaded songs ever in history, and you're getting like peanuts on it. And so, but the laws are changing right now. It's going to be taking care of the artists, and so
as they should.
Good time.
Yes, as they should.
Yes,
as they should. Now we have, besides that news, we've got some big news. Big. Not that wasn't big news, Joe.
No,
but
this is big news for the both of us.
Yes, we got big news. So we need the timpani. We need the timpani. Yeah, that's not just a roll on a snare drum. That's a timpani. Okay, because we now are happy to announce that Journey and Def Leppard are joining together for a colossal, gigantic, co-headlining North American tour.
Woo!
I mean,
yes, baby. 60 shows, I believe.
And let's be honest, Journey can fill up, any venue you want to fill up. Def Leppard can fill up any venue.
Right.
Together, you don't get shows like that very often.
No, we break the laws of physics. This is 1 and 1 makes 3.
I mean, this is... How did it all come about? I mean, this is a big deal, Well,
how did it come about?
We toured together in 2005, and it was just one of the biggest tours that we'd done since Hysteria, I think, at the time. It was a fantastic tour, and then we kind of, excuse the pun, went our separate ways. Party, please.
You have to pay Neal for saying that.
It just came back that, like, well, those shows were huge, but this one's going to be even bigger. So the venues are bigger venues. There's at least 10 stadiums involved in this tour.
Do you alternate who opens for who?
It's derived from the Latin flippers floppers. We will take it in turns to close the show out. Yeah.
I mean, and the stage, you got a build a big stage, and you got to
we were just talking about that.
We're going to head off down to the Lego store and buy some bricks and pieces, try everything out, and
make it nice
model.
and flat.
Yeah.
No, they were seriously, while we were playing the music, they were seriously talking about, we have to plan the stage now. We have to do that, right?
Yeah,
That's on your agenda.
Indeed, yes. It needs to be done, and it needs to be done pretty quick, because I think the first gig's the 21st of May, so we need to get on this.
Yeah, it's May 21st in Hartford, Connecticut, at XL Center. That'll be the first show, and I mean, this is really something that
you think about the catalogue of songs that both bands have got. You just close your eyes and make your own set list up, and it'll be about 80% correct, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it means
the odd surprise here and there.
But I mean, unless you're going to keep people there all night long, it means you'll actually have to leave some things out because there are just so many hits.
Yeah, I'll play them faster.
Much.
You could do like the Ramones and just play all
We had a 20-second version of Inagata-Davida that we played. Which was probably
insane.
the longest song that we ever played on radio.
Yeah, try doing it Freebird. That would be interesting.
That would be fun.
But I mean, really think about the repertoire. I mean, it is just incredible. It's hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
Well, as long as we don't have to both play at the same time, I think it should sound pretty good.
Maybe you can help us put our set together.
Yeah, we should pick each other's set. With a clause in it, no sabotage.
Well, it would be actually that would be kind of fun.
Actually, I'm going to make a request live on the radio now that you should play Chain Reaction.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said that. I know you like that song. That's why I asked you to make the list. So I could play something new this year. Not new, but a little different.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Journey song?
Chain Reaction is my favourite song.
Really?
I love the country mile. I mean, obviously, it's so cliche to say I love all the hits, but seriously, that song is just the guitar bit on it, the drums, the way that the vocal sounds, the production of it all.
And what's your Neal? What's your favorite Def Leppard song?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. Pour Some Sugar on Me is pretty good. They have so many great songs, though, and
I know I mean, it's just how you gonna deal with a show that has so many huge successful songs.
Well, you're going to play them all. I mean, we certainly have never shied away from playing the hits. We don't belong in that. We used to have this thing, we used to call it Dorito Boy, and Dorito Boy was the guy that used to go online and bitch about your set. Mm-hmm. And he lived in his mum's basement, and he couldn't get out of the chair because he was trapped there by the size of himself eating Doritos all day. And he would bitch and moan about your set list for not playing B-sides that came out in 1923. Mm-hmm. All that kind of stuff. I said, but why? If you can't handle responsibility of writing a hit, then don't write one. We like to when I go and see the Stones or McCartney or whoever it is, I want to hear Live and Let Die, and I want to hear Start Me Up and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
Why wouldn't I want to hear Faithfully?
Not everybody feels that way, and they want,
There are some artists who reject that notion.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know some of them, and I will say to their face that they're mad.
Yeah, I've never understood it because, first of all, it isn't cheap to go to a show.
No.
Okay? It's expensive. You work hard. You got to save up to buy tickets. Maybe you need a babysitter. You got parking fees to pay. Maybe you'll want to buy a souvenir, get a T-shirt or something like that, make it a real nice evening out. And then when you go and see your favorite artists, you want to hear the songs you love.
Yeah, you're really craving the singer saying, and now we're going to play our entire new album back to back, from start to finish. Nobody ever said that ever. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And let me ask you: do you get annoyed by all the people on their cell phones while you're performing, or are you cool with that?
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
The only thing that gets a little annoying, I think, are the security guards when they're on their cell phones in the front and something's happening. Yeah. You got to kick them in the head and go, "Hey, wake up!" Look.
Yeah, because we can see them from behind, so that they're texting their mom, that kind of stuff, instead of doing their job.
Okay, well, we're going to give away the very first pair of tickets for the tour in just minutes, right here at Q1043.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.